सफदर हाशमी जो अब इस दुनिया में नहीं है, उनकी एक बड़ी खूबसूरत कविता है किताबों के बारे में। किताबें करती हैं बातें बीते ज़मानों की, दुनिया की, इंसानों की, आज की, कल की, एक एक पल की, खुशियों की, गमों की, फूलों की, बमों की, जीत की, हार की, प्यार की, मार की। क्या तुम नहीं सुनोगे इन किताबों की बातें? किताबें कुछ कहना चाहती हैं, किताबें तुम्हारे पास रहना चाहती हैं। It's a pleasure to talk about my bookstore Vasundhara, and which was started almost 20 years ago. It was a kind of a passion for me and my wife. Both of us are writers, and we wanted to start a small bookstore where people could read the books which are not normally available in the run-of-the-mill bookstores, and where some of the writers could come and meet and chat and informally discuss their thoughts. So this is how Vasundhara came about. It is not a very commercially viable proposition. You cannot run a store like this unless you have passion, because there's no money in it. You are not doing it for money. You're doing it for pleasure, and the pleasure is immense. It's a great pleasure to be here and to interact with the readers and with the authors and various people who come here. What is the passion behind this bookstore? What is it? As you enter into this bookshop, behind the door, you will find a poster, and that poster has lines from the famous Punjabi poet Pash. That, I would say, is in essence the motivation behind this bookshop. सबसे खतरनाक होता है मुर्दा शांति से भर जाना, न होना तड़प का, सब सहन कर जाना, घर से निकलना काम पर और काम से लौटकर घर जाना। सबसे खतरनाक होता है हमारे सपनों का मर जाना। So in essence, this is a bookstore where we try to keep your dreams alive. So we've had a long history of interaction with the writers, and more importantly with the people who love books and who would like to read different, slightly serious books, fiction, poetry, on the social issues, on cinema, theatre, etc. We have sections on these, separate sections in the bookstore. Books for children are one of the very popular section of our bookstore, and people come from long distances and to search for books, and people sit down on the floor and they go through all these books for children and they select their books. So it's a very intimate relationship with the reader and the customer. Most important and most popular, all-time popular writer is Saadat Hasan Manto. He's always sold. We keep his books in Hindi. We keep his books in English, in Marathi, and he's a bestseller. Along with that, I would say the poetry sells, the Urdu poetry sells well. Faiz, Ghalib, they are very, very, very popular writers. मैं रिकमेंड करता हूँ आप ओरिजिनल में पढ़िए राग दरबारी, आपको बहुत मज़ा आएगा पढ़ने में। राग दरबारी अपने विट के लिए, और उनका जो व्यंग है राग दरबारी का, वो हवा में व्यंग नहीं है जैसे लोगों को हंसाने के लिए लिखा जाता है। इट हैज़ a lot of social nuances which are part of our Indian social scene today. आपने दलित साहित्य के बारे में मराठी में काफ़ी सुना होगा। दया पवार उस साहित्य के अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण लेखक हैं जिन्होंने अपनी जीवनी लिखी है, जिसमें आप उन सारी चीज़ों से गुजरेंगे जो एक दलित के जीवन में होती हैं और जिन्हें आप नहीं जानते। Readers are moving away from books. People have other platforms. People read books on the digital platforms, etc. But it's not, I believe at least, it's not the same thing. Feeling the paper, feeling the pages, able to touch it, and it is there in reality. So I believe that whatever happens, these books are going to survive.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.